Sitton was huge. Has Ted been adequate in your mind? Are you looking for more from that position, or maybe do you consider Jake or Wesley?
Ted's stepped in and fulfilled the role for us. Obviously, it is a big hit when you lose a player like Josh Sitton, and that's not going to be replaced by very few guards in the league can replace him because he's one of the top guards in the NFL. But Ted's played he's played solid to this point. Obviously, there's definitely things we need to improve, and some of the stuff in pass pro last week we got a little sloppy as a unit and allowed a little bit of push that we need to get cleaned up, and we'll work hard. We worked hard this week to clean some of those things up.
Incorporating Balaj, is that something that Adam was thinking of? Had you put a bug in his ear as far as some Wildcat, which obviously he did in college?
Yes, sir. It's he had the one big game where he scored a bunch of touchdowns. I think against Texas Tech, scored like 7 or 8 touchdowns in a game in college. He does a really good job of that stuff, and you guys saw the explosiveness, and you guys see it every day when you're here. And but the explosiveness, he hit that run with it, got called back for the hold. And I thought at that point, I thought I was going to bring a little energy to the offense right there, and and punch one in the run game right there out of the Wildcat package. But then, the way the game played out, obviously we had a package for him. There were more plays, and we've had it a couple weeks now. And as you start to learn your personnel a little bit more, you start to grow those packages. And sometimes you put it in, but you don't call it for a week or two later. And we have plays off those things. And he's obviously a guy that can help. But we got some depth at running back, and we got 3 good players back there that can help us.
What's the biggest challenge the Packers defense poses?
It's a good unit. It's you don't want to take away from anyone, but those 2 interior guys are really good players with Clark and Daniel. They're good football players. As good a group as we're going to play at this point inside. So the guards and centers are going to have a challenge this week, and they need to step up and play well for us.
You guys won the game obviously on Sunday, but got 6 points out of the offense. How do you rectify that in your head?
Our goal is always to score one more point than they did, and obviously it was a team win because the defense scored a touchdown and we weren't able to. But we didn't execute the way we need to. At times this year we've relied too much on splash plays and not execution in the detail of those things. And when you don't get those splash plays, you don't execute the way you need to, you're going to get in some slug fights. So one thing that we've done a really good job of this year in those games is we didn't turn the ball over. I think in the NFL we have the second fewest pre-snap penalties in the NFL. So you guys know the old saying, to win you can't lose first, and that's what the offense did. We did enough not to lose the game, and the other 2 phases played really well, and we were able to get out with a win, and we didn't beat ourselves. So if I'm looking for positive, that's what I would say it was, because that's about the only one.
Splash play is obviously losing Albert limit stat. He was your biggest big play guy in the first few weeks of the season. Do you have to change your offense because of that?
You have to change your offense, but we still have guys that can do it. 19 can do it, 32, 10, 11. Those guys have done it. You just can't rely on those things. You have to rely on execution and detail of your assignment. And those are things that we need to work on and improve. We need to coach it better, and we need to execute better, because you can't rely on splash plays to score 28 plays off. You play a game that's 65 plays in a game. You can't rely on 6-7 plays to win the game for you. We need to put drives together and finish drives.
You feel like since the quarterback changed, has that made it more apt for you to look at no turnovers as a goal, more than maybe, previously with Ryan?
No, sir. I feel like when we first got here in the offseason, one of the big things we wanted to clean up was some of the discipline stuff, the pre-snap penalties and the turnovers. One of the biggest stat in winning and losing is the turnover ratio, and we knew +5 if you can finish +5, you got a chance to have a really good football season. We're at +5 right now, and we really do believe in the building that before you can win, you can't lose. And a lot of teams in the NFL right now, when you look at and you say, why do we win or lose a game? Well, most time it's the Cincinnati game. We have too many turnovers. We play 2.5 really good quarters of team football, and we turn the ball over at the end. And if you don't turn those balls over and you punt and you take a sack or whatever it is, most time you're gonna have a chance. It's gonna come down to the last series of games. So turnovers have always been a big priority for us, and they'll continue to be.
With Kenyon Drake, his versatility, how important is that, especially with how Albert Wilson is gone, and you have a player that can do so much for you guys?
Yeah, Kenyon's a big part of this offense. We need to continue to find ways to get him the ball, and not just in the passing game and the getting him carries as well. And when the game didn't go the way we wanted, obviously, we kind of got off. We'd like the number to be closer or more similar in how many touches each guy has. But Kenyon's a guy that has a lot of flexibility, and he can flex out, run routes, and catch balls and do those things. But he's also a good running back from the backfield, and we need to do a better job using him. Make sure we keep getting him the ball, and he's a guy that can definitely score for us, and we need those guys.
How do you make sure that discrepancy isn't so wide? The 20 to 3 carries.
Yeah, it's just got to do a better job during the game, and sometimes each game's going to sort out differently. And sometimes he's involved more in the passing game than he is in the getting carries and doing those things. And sometimes it depends. It's based on other things. We felt the inside stuff we're a little bit better at, and Frank was doing a nice job finding holes and getting skinny and getting through. And not that Kenya can't do that, but that's Frank's game, and the way the game is kind of playing out. Like Kenya was getting used more in the passing game, and so it's something we'll definitely monitor. I don't see any discrepancy that'll happen in the future, but it could go the other way where Frank doesn't get more carries or 27 starts to play a little bit, and so we'll continue to use those guys and try to put them in the best position to be successful.
How much was Kenny able to give you guys last week, and can you get a bigger package for him, I guess, this week?
Kenny battled through some things. I don't know that he was full speed, but I don't know if anyone in the NFL at this point is full speed. But he did. He battled and fought through some pain and soreness and all those things. So he gets healthier. He'll the package. There'll be plays definitely designed for him. He's a guy that can do a lot of different things, and he can win on deep balls for us.
Cool. Thanks.
All right.